Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, 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 everyone. Hopefully you can hear and see us okay. I know that we've been having some issue with lag, so hopefully it's not too bad for you. But I don't know. It feels like it's all
Not wanting to work.
not wanting to be nice and play nice tonight. I know we've had some bad storms that seem to kick in a little bit, but hopefully we're doing okay. Let us know in the chat if we're coming through okay or if it seems to be super laggy. But we will make do. So welcome in.
Welcome, welcome. So tonight's topic is we're going to talk about the 2025 cruising season. There's a lot of new ships coming out, so I thought we would go over some of those and maybe highlight some of the features and see what you guys are planning on next year. I know Ryan and I are still trying to figure that out.
Yep, we sure are. We sure are. So we've got one definitely planned. I know we've talked about it a couple of times in some of the morning shows. If you've watched the Go Live together in the mornings, we're doing the Carnival Vista next July. And that's because we're talking about new cruise lines and ships coming out in 2025. But we also have a new private island that is opening in 2025, which is the Carnival Celebration Key. So we're going on the Vista to be one of the first people, but the first ship.
First paid ship.
Yeah, first paid ship going there to Celebration Key. So we can bring you guys a tour and give you some boots on the ground. So that's kind of what we have. And Mel came up with this one because we are near the end of the year. Bookings are starting to happen for next year. You know, the big push is going to be in January as well. So we're going to let you know tonight a little bit of the new ships that are coming out and some tidbits and pieces of information. But before we do that, let's go ahead and welcome in some of our peeps. So first up is Eddie Lugo Studios. Thanks for coming in, Eddie.
Yep, as always. Thank you.
Yes. And then next up in the chat, we have got Scott with Controversial Cruising. He's almost doing Eddie's, but he didn't. So there's no copyright infringement. And then we've got a new person to the channel today. We actually linked up with anything is possible in his live stream earlier today. So welcome in Calkin 916. And same thing here with Sazzy's Way. We just met up a day or two ago as well. So again, thank you. And Z Show's in here today. So thank you so much for popping in, Z Show.
Wow, we're so popular.
I know. Oh, Kevin, awesome. Thank you so much for popping in tonight, sir. Really appreciate it. Great show you had yesterday, or no, the day before yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, was it yesterday? Things running together. But we really appreciate it and all the wonderful things. Mel was walking on cloud 9 because she put together the whole Mardi Gras thing. So she wanted to go rewatch that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm proud of that, baby.
So you did a good job. And thank you for sharing it out for us. And then we got Q was here. So thank you for popping in as well. So, yeah, so let's talk about it. So 2025, we do have a bunch of new ships coming out, and we're going to focus on at least 7 of the new ships.
Yes, I pulled 7. I did a little research on each. There's some renderings already out there, so we'll try to share, but no promises because like I said, things are lagging with the computer world right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening here, but we will definitely try to share that. Oh, Will G popped in, so thank you so much for popping in, Will.
Oh, and there is a poll of questionnaire that Ryan put out.
Yes.
I forgot what it was already.
Basically, the question is, have you ever cruised or have you wanted to cruise on one of the brand new ships within the first year that it comes out to sea? So make sure you answer that if you have been on a new one or have not. And once we get to the end, Mel and I'll tell you as well. But I can already tell you we've been on 3 within the first year, some of them within a couple of weeks, but we've never done an inaugural yet. So that's definitely on the list for experiences. But with that being said, let's move on. First and foremost, the first ship up for bid is one that we've never been on the cruise line, probably never will be on unless we can get it for free. Well, because I just can't stomach the cost.
Well, so yeah, Disney is a very expensive ship, and you're definitely paying for the experience. Yes. So they do have a new ship coming out next year, debuting in May of 2025. It's going to be called the Disney Adventure, and they actually are featuring a theme, the Marvel Landing, which the Marvel Landing I didn't. It was a restaurant or
no? It's an area. So the Marvel Landing, and I don't think I have pictures on this one, but the Marvel Landing is their entertainment, like on deck area. So what you'll notice as well with not only the new Disney Adventure, but also the World America that MSC is going to be bringing out, is they are modeling that style ship after the Oasis and Icon class from Royal Caribbean. So they really started the trend setting with how it's set up, particularly with the aft area and having that open, like, courtyard boardwalk with the interior balconies. So that is kind of what the Marvel area is. It's the top sports deck that's going to be Marvel themed with a roller coaster. So they're borrowing from Carnival for that. And then you've got some carousel kind of theme park industry, if you will, which again, borrowing from Royal for that.
So you basically have neighborhoods just like Royal.
Yeah.
Because Royal does like 6 or 7 neighborhoods where they kind of try to group people into certain areas.
Yep, I'm trying to see if there one, but they didn't really have a good picture on it here.
But this one is actually going to be based, what was it? It was based in Singapore.
Singapore, yes. So this is going to be Asia.
They're going to be targeting the Asian market. So I would love to see the Marvel and the Toy Story place. And they also have like a San Francisco street. So they got a theme going on. But the renderings that I've seen, if you search online, I mean, they're unbelievable. It's going to be a really pretty ship.
Yeah, they actually call it San Francisco Street because it's San Francisco feel, Tokyo feel that they're intermingling together. But this picture right here is near the back of the ship and middle of the ship. So if you're familiar with the Oasis class on Royal, they have the Central Park area. Then they have the boardwalk area in the back. Both of those are open air with the inner balconies that are facing. That's what Disney is doing, and they're calling it was it Fairy Tale Land, or
I'm
looking here.
I know that they have these are going to be 3 to 4 night sailings though, based in Singapore. So
I'm sorry, no. Disney Imagination Garden. So that's what they're calling basically their Central Park, is the Disney Imagination Garden. And you can see in here where they do have the, let me see if I can go up here. There we go. So they do have the inner balconies that are overlooking like a little fairyland area with the grand staircase leading up. So
again, I mean, that'd be a great ship to go on, but
yeah, I've tried so many times, and I mean, for some people, they budget for it and they want that experience, but I just could never convince myself to spend that much money, because I could take a balcony for a 7-day cruise for what it would be for a 3-day interior bottom deck on Disney. But again, it's depending on what kind of experience you're looking for. I've heard people rave about Disney as well, as far as the immersiveness there. So to each their own.
I don't know. I don't know if I can go and sail with, if you think Royal Caribbean and Carnival has a lot of kids, can you imagine Disney? They're going to have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on to the next ship, which the commercials are already running. It's Star of the Seas. It's Royal Caribbean. And this is going to be the biggest ship in the world. It's going to replace the Icon, which actually just came out this past January. Where's my notes on this one? See how organized I am. I left work late. So this one's coming out August 31st, 2025. This one's going to be slated to be able to carry 5,610 passengers. I'm sorry, Disney. I'll go back to Disney real quick. That one's slated they can take up to 6,000 passengers. And then going back to the Star of the Seas, 5,610 passengers. This is going to be the second Icon class ship of the Royal Caribbean's. It's going to have 8 themed neighborhoods. Well, actually, that's 2 more than the current one.
Yep.
It's going to have the largest water park at sea, and it's going to have the innovative dining and entertainment. And it's actually going to be sailing out of Port Canaveral.
Yeah, that's going to be near home. So at the very least, we'll go get some sailaways from Jetty Park.
Right.
Instead of having to drive all the way down to Miami. We happened to be lucky that one day we did the live with 5 ships leaving, and Icon being one of them.
So they're going to be targeting multiple family generations again with this ship. They're going to be doing family townhome kind of rooms. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to tour that one.
Definitely. But you can see here they also, which is another reason why I think I want to go on this one, their stage production is Back to the Future. So I'm an 80s kid. I love me some Back to the Future. I'd love to see a Broadway-style Back to the Future show. So I'll go just to see that.
Yeah, we missed a Broadway show on Utopia. They didn't have one.
Nope. It was just an 80s themed show. It was still a great, great show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little disappointed that it wasn't Broadway.
So this one's going to have 40 dining venues, and they're going to have something with Lincoln Park Supper Club.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like an upscale restaurant. So it's supposed to be even more so than the 150 Central Park.
Wow.
So you've got Chops, that's already upscale. Then you've got 150 Central Park, that's another level above that. And now this is even another level above that as a supper club.
Nice.
So like the little bougie places to go.
So we're going to be seven night sailings from the Caribbean, from Port Canaveral. It's going to go to the Perfect Day at Coca Cay. And then it's going to go to destinations like Cozumel, Roatan, and St. Thomas. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have on that one, I think.
All right. So before we move on,
the design on it is pretty similar to Icon, the way it looks.
Yeah, definitely. Before we go on, we got a few people that have said some things in the chat and some new people to hop in. So Will G says he's scheduled on the inaugural for World America. That's cool. That's cool.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then Eddie was hiding in the kitchen, but he's back now. And then Scott saying, Scott, Ryan. Thanks for popping in, Mandy's Candy.
Mandy Candy.
And then, so am I. I am there. Q was here for Star of the Seas, Back to the Future. Yes, please.
So that's, I mean, we actually liked going on the Utopia, and the Star of the Seas would be so much bigger, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we did almost 10,000 steps in the Utopia. I can't imagine.
I was tired. I mean, it took us a half a day to do the ship tour to get that video. It was a lot of walking.
It was a lot of walking.
All right. So next up, we have the Luminara, which is a Ritz-Carlton yacht collection. So if you're looking to step down from the mega ship, but go up in sophistication, that's what you got there. So I'm going to pull that up if you want to give some of the stats on that one.
Well, to be honest, I don't know a lot about the Ritz-Carlton line. So the only information I have on it, it isn't a luxury super yacht, basically. Obviously, you get your fine dining, your wine vaults, it's spa. You have onboard water sports. This actually only carries 425 passengers, so it's not a big ship. So you're probably, if you're looking for an upscale, intimate cruise line, this would be the way to go. I can imagine the price is probably a lot higher because um, you got to pay for the expenses of the boat. So this is going to be actually shipping or sailing through the Mediterranean. It's going to include Amalfi, so it's probably going to be the Monte Carlo and probably in that Mediterranean little area right there. So that looks like it's. Let's see when I can get the debate. It's coming out July 31st next year.
Yeah, and you'd think they'd have
I'm
more.
still coughing.
You think they'd have more pictures, so I'm going to have to go with this instead.
It looks like a yacht.
But yeah, so you can see here. What? I've got my browser lost connection. Are we back? I think we're back.
I told you the computer's being weird today.
Yeah, I think okay. Hopefully we're back. If we're not, then obviously we won't know. But as you can see here, yeah, it's a very sleek looking yacht.
Yeah, so it's going to have 5 restaurants, like I said, a wine vault and a spa, and water sports. And I wonder what they mean by water sports.
So,
oh, this is the one. See right here in this one,
the back end.
the back end. You can actually get down to the water. I've read a little bit about that part where you get real up close to the water.
Yeah, they'll have steps that'll let you go back down.
Sorry, guys. I'm still coughing after like 3 weeks. So I really don't have much to offer on this one. It's basically, like we said, it's an upscale yacht. But it is coming out next year, so we included it in the list. You ready to move on next one?
Yep.
Oh, Eddie says jet ski sharks feast. So Star Princess is the next one, and that one is coming out in August 2025. A lot of these seem to be coming out in August.
Yeah, it's going to be a big summer as far as new ships biting for who's going to be cruised on.
All right, so this one could carry 4,300 passengers. It's going to be a Sphere-class ship. It's going to have a glass sphere. I'm guessing kind of similar to what we just saw on the Royal Caribbean ship. And it's got a tech-driven theater. So I've seen that more and more with the cruise ships where they are incorporating in the shows and everything, the more the tech, like the drones and everything like that.
Yeah, more high-tech visuals and things of that nature, which I really do like. I mean, it adds a lot.
So this itinerary is going to start in the Mediterranean, and it's going to eventually be coming to the Caribbean. I'm not sure what the dates are, but that's basically where it's going to be sailing. Let me see if I can get a little bit more information on that one.
Yep. And Star Princess, a little bit less of a capacity than the other ones we've talked about. Those have all been in the upper 5,000s to 6,000. Star Princess is really at about 4,300 and only 175.5 thousand gross tons.
All right. So it's going to be around Italy and Greece and Spain in the summer of 2025. And it looks like it's going to be coming to the Caribbean in the winter. So we'll have a chance to see it probably late next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have too much more on the Princess. Did you get a picture of it?
What do you mean the Princess?
Yeah, Star Princess.
Yeah, that's what we've got right here.
Okay. Duh.
Yeah.
So, you have anything else to add?
So actually, it's saying coming out in October 2025.
Oh.
So they must have updated it since the last bit of data that we got. So this is going to be coming out late next year.
Okay.
A little bit of a delay.
Obviously, that's probably going to affect when it comes back here then.
Mm-hmm.
See? The interwebs can be wrong sometimes.
That it can.
So next up is Brilliant Lady, which is from Virgin Voyages, which is one of the cruise lines that Ryan and I really want to get on because I have a feeling it's going to be a great experience because it's not that I hate Traveling
Hate's
with
such a strong word.
hate's a strong word. It's not that I don't like cruising with kids. It's just I've done my duty. I've raised my kid. She's out of the house. I'm kind of in the stage where I just want to, hang and not be bothered with annoying screaming kids.
Yep. And honestly, let's be honest as
Yeah.
well, the atmosphere, because with no kids there, it's a little more adult oriented. Not
Yeah.
saying that it's risque everywhere, but
Yeah.
you've got a more adult oriented kind of atmosphere with things that you normally wouldn't do on a family show.
Right. Well, not just that. I'm actually looking forward to the way they do their food.
Yeah,
It's
that
not
looks really
buffet
cool.
style at all. Everything is made to order, and there's so many different types and unique dishes I want to try on that ship.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome in, Keisha.
Hello, Keisha. Welcome.
But yeah, I really want to do that as well. And then, I mean, who doesn't want to go get some ice cream from Lick Me Tell Ice Cream? I mean, come on.
That place was funny.
I can't wait. I actually started watching that through Prime called The Cruise. So, Amazon Prime. The Cruise is all about Scarlet Lady. And so it only had one season, boo. But it was following the rock stars, if you will, which are like your pinnacle and top sweet people. And it was following a bunch of rock star guests and seeing kind of the whole Virgin experience and their private island in Bimini. So it was really cool. And I actually was like, dang, I want to go see it. Not just for that, but the way that the shows were all set up with the interactive, interchangeable room for them to do different kind of acts, and everyone standing at one point, or now you have bleachers in there. Okay, now it's more like a theater with all the seats on one side and the performance on the other. Now performances with the seats all around. So it just really, really cool. So,
all right, let me do the stats so we can do that one. Yeah.
All right, you do that, and I'll start getting the next one loaded.
So that one is. I tell you, something's wrong with the internet. It just crashed on me.
I was gonna say we keep on having problems for sure.
Okay, so this one's going to be a Caribbean itinerary, and they're going to be departing from Miami. And there is going to be enhanced nightlife options and relaxing wellness spaces. So that's one thing when I was doing my travel agency training for Virgin. That's one thing they highlighted two things. Basically, health and well-being and their nightlife. That was two things that they highlighted that stood out for me. Come on.
Yep.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. It's crashing on me. That's why. Okay, so this one's coming out in September 2025. And it did not give me a tonnage. Did it give you a tonnage or a guess?
No, as of right now, it was still kind of just undisclosed.
Yeah, that's what it says here too. So I don't know what that's all about, but basically, Virgin, if anybody doesn't know, it's a no kids. You have to be 18 and older to sail on. It's a very different vibe from your contemporary cruise lines, and it's just a different feel all around. So Ryan and I are looking forward to trying that. Maybe not next year, because we already got something in mind, and we'll disclose that here shortly. Actually, we can probably do it now.
Oh, you want to do it now?
Yeah.
We still have two more ships to talk about briefly.
I know, but
okay, fine.
I kind of want to go ahead and discuss that one.
All right, well, let's discuss that one, because it's not technically on the list. So
I know it's not on my list.
But anyway, so we were considering next year to do the MSC World America. So Will G, you'll have to tell us how you like it. But we're considering doing a Thanksgiving cruise next November.
Yes.
on the World America.
Yeah, so that's what we were trying to figure out. And that's why we started this list to see, because we wanted to try a new ship on a new cruise line that we hadn't been on. And so that's why we started making this list. And and we could talk it out with you guys. If I can get my thing to load.
Yep. And right now, as you may or may not know, Mel and I both are travel agents. I know I've mentioned it on a few times, but we're both with Expedia Cruises. So we're also working behind the scenes through Expedia to try to get like a group cruise together. So if anybody wants to hop on board or anything like that, it might be something we'll be posting about. But yeah, we wanted to try MSC. We've been wanting to try MSC actually for a while now. And we just threw it into high gear when we saw the World America, and this one was going to be designed specifically for the U.S. market versus taking a European style cruising from overseas and bringing those ships over towards this side. So it'll be interesting to see, how they do some slight updates with that ship to accommodate the U.S. clientele. So
I can't get anything to load. So my notes won't load. So yeah, the MSC World America. When Ryan and I get together and get the information, we'll put it out there if anybody's interested. It's going to be in the Caribbean. It's going to be sailing in the Caribbean. So MSC is kind of priced like Carnival used to be priced, I think. And so that's why we want to try it. And we've heard a lot of good feedback from MSC. And so that's why we wanted to try it, because we want to get, if we're going to sell our clients on these ships, we want firsthand experience. Is it truly good food? Is it truly good entertainment and all that stuff? So yeah, there's going to be Caribbean itineraries. And we're going to be going around, like we said, around Thanksgiving. So you ready to jump back?
Yeah, we can jump back over.
All right. So the next ship, or the second to last ship that we could talk about, is Viking Cruises. And it's called Viking Vista. Vista. So this is going to be a Scandinavian design, and it has all balcony staterooms, fine dining, and culture-enriched programs. So this is Viking Cruises ocean line, not their river cruises, because they do have two areas. And this is going to be European voyages. It looks like they're going to be North and Southern Europe. That's what it looks like.
Yep. And this one's one of those smaller ships, kind of in the same line as the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Club.
Yeah, so this
just under 1,000 people.
Yeah, 998 passengers, and it's going to be coming out July 2025. And again, this is because it's so small, they're going to focus on intimate atmosphere. And again, all balcony cabins, which actually is not a bad idea.
Yeah. And that kind of, eliminates the whole interior and dealing with that, and just everyone gets their balcony.
Yeah. All right. So the last one is Oceania Cruises. And that one is called Allura. And it's coming out July 18th of 2025. And this one is actually going to be a little bit larger than the Viking we just spoke about, which is going to be 1,200 passengers. And this is going to be the second Allura class ship. And this actually includes solo travel cabins, which I know is becoming more and more popular. People are looking and traveling are looking for solo cabins. Currently, if they wanted to travel by themselves, they have to pay the double occupancy rate, which is, could be $3,000 or $4,000 sometimes.
Yeah, definitely not fun to basically pay for two people just for you to be able to go on or find a roommate.
All right. So this one offers global itineraries, is what it's stating. It has 12 dining options. All right, so that one was the last ship I had any information on. I didn't do a lot of research on those yet because I'm not into those lines yet. I'm kind of been expanding out. So they basically have contemporary cruise lines, which is your Royal and your Carnival, your NCL and all that stuff. And then that's why Ryan and I are trying to shift and go to MSC, Virgin Voyages, and we're actually going to try NCL 2026. That'll be our first one.
Yes.
On that one.
So if you have not already booked it, make sure you book the Booze Cruise 4.0 on the Norwegian Viva, October 31st, 2026, leaving out of Galveston, Texas. Ports of call. What are the ports of call?
I don't know.
Help me here, Eddie. What are the ports of call?
You have to look it up.
Cozumel. I'm going to go with Cozumel.
Costa Maya?
Costa Maya, maybe. I know it's Belize. And Roatan. So, but yeah, definitely. If you want to sail with us, then 2026, we are going to be part of Booze Cruise 4.0 on the Norwegian Viva out of Galveston, October 31st, baby.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and do our poll? We can close this out.
Yep, we're going to close it out because Scott is going live.
And I hear Peachy barking.
Yeah. All right, so here's what we got. So we have 54% say they want to. And Harvest K, you're right, Will G. Yep. 54% said they have not yet been on a brand new ship within the first year, but they want to. We have 27% that say they absolutely have been. And then you've got 18% that are like, nope, let them work out the bugs first. So, yeah, Melinda and I have been on 3. We were on the Carnival Paradise. It was actually our honeymoon, and it was within about, 6 months of the...
I think it was less than that.
Maybe less than that.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. We also were on the Mardi Gras, and that's the closest we've gotten to an inaugural sailing. We were the 3rd cruise on the Mardi Gras. And also the Utopia, about 3 months after the Utopia went on. And then next year, more than likely, will be the World America, again, a couple of months after it goes out there. So, we haven't done an inaugural yet. That one, I'm sure if there are bugs, you're going to find most of them the very first time it's, operating as it should, with all the guests doing everything that, guests do. So,
all right, we're not going to steal any more time from Scott, so we should probably wrap it up.
So we want to just thank everybody again for coming and hanging out with us tonight. We will have another show next week, but then we might be off both Christmas week and New Year's week because both of our slated shows are on Christmas Day, so we'll definitely not be doing one on Christmas Day. And then depending on how much we party, we may or may not want to do New Year's Day. So maybe not. So next week, we'll definitely be here talking again, and we'll post a topic when we figure it out. Until then, though, we'll see you on the scenic route.
Bye, guys. Have a good